You ever been in a space where you gave everything you had, where you poured love, time, energy, and heart into something, and for a moment, it seemed like that thing was the center of your world, and then just when you think it's all good, it slips away, like you're standing in the middle of the room with 1,000 things swirling around you, but somehow you feel invisible. It's like they didn't even notice what they had until it was gone. And my friend, let me tell you, that's when the real shift happens. When you walk away, when you decide that your energy is too precious to be spent on anything or anyone who doesn't appreciate it, that's when the magic begins to unfold. That's when they feel the void. They don't miss you because you left. They miss you because they realize finally just how much of you they took for granted. When someone doesn't recognize your worth in the moment, when they don't honor your value while it's in front of them, it's not your responsibility to convince them. It's not your job to chase after them, begging them to understand the treasure that you are. No, darling, you don't need to do that. You are already a masterpiece, already a work of art, already full of purpose and power. And here's the beauty. When you step back, when you shift your focus back on you, the universe knows. Your energy shifts, your vibration raises, and suddenly they start to see you in a way they couldn't when you were giving. Now they feel the absence. They feel the emptiness where your presence used to be. Let them feel it. Let them feel that missing piece. Let them reflect on what they lost when they didn't see you for all that you are. Because this is not about them. This is about you remembering your worth, remembering your value, and knowing that you are not the one who has to chase. No, beloved, you are the one who is chased. You are the one who is revered, who is cherished. And when you stand in your truth, unapologetically, you will always be recognized. The speech emphasizes that you don't need to convince others of your value. Your worth is inherent, and it's not your job to chase after people who don't appreciate you. When you step away from someone or something that doesn't honor you, you create space for them to recognize what they've lost. The absence makes them reflect on what they took for granted. The real transformation happens when you refocus your energy on yourself, raising your own vibration and reclaiming your power. By standing in your truth and owning your value, you become someone who is revered and cherished. You don't need external validation to know your worth. Let others fill the void of your absence. The idea is not to chase after someone's approval, but to let them recognize the loss when they don't appreciate you fully. These keynotes speak to the power of self-respect, self-love, and the wisdom that comes from knowing you are always enough. Recognizing your worth means understanding that you are not here to be anyone's second choice or backup plan. You are not a filler or a placeholder in someone's life. Your value doesn't fluctuate based on how someone else treats you or how much they appreciate you. The truth is, you are a treasure, whether people see it or not, whether they acknowledge it or not. Your worth is constant, and it doesn't depend on external circumstances. When you recognize your own worth, you stop allowing others to determine how you feel about yourself. You begin to set boundaries, not out of anger, but out of love for yourself. You realize that you deserve peace, respect, and authenticity in all your relationships, and you're no longer willing to settle for less. It's about owning the truth of who you are, your strengths, your talents, your quirks, your heart, and your soul. Recognizing your worth means showing up for yourself first, not waiting for someone else to do it for you. It's about walking in your power, knowing that no one else can define your value but you. Once you claim that power, no one can take it from you, and suddenly the world starts to recognize it too. Stepping back doesn't mean giving up. It means giving yourself the space to breathe, reflect, and reset. It's a powerful act of self-preservation. When you pull away from a situation, a person, or an environment that doesn't nourish you, you allow yourself the time to reconnect with who you are and what you truly deserve. It's not about punishing anyone else. It's about reclaiming your energy and understanding that your time and love are precious. Often we stay too long in places that drain us because we're afraid of what might happen if we let go. But stepping back is not about weakness or walking away out of fear. It's about strength, wisdom, and self-awareness. It's recognizing that you are worthy of more than what you've been given, and that the world is waiting for you to claim your space in it. When you step back, you shift the dynamic. It's as though the energy changes and suddenly people start to see you in a new light. They notice your absence because they were too busy taking your presence for granted. Stepping back is not about forcing others to see your worth, but giving them the chance to feel the void when you're no longer giving them all of you. Shifting your focus to yourself is one of the most powerful decisions you can make in your life. It's about realigning your attention to where it matters most, on your growth, your needs, your dreams. Too often we pour so much energy into other people, into making them happy, that we forget to nurture ourselves. We get lost in the noise of others' expectations and opinions. And in doing so, we begin to lose sight of our own worth, desires, and potential. But when you shift your focus back to you, something beautiful happens. You reclaim your power. This shift means making time for your passions, pursuing your goals with fierce determination, and giving yourself permission to take up space. It means setting healthy boundaries and recognizing that it's okay to say no when something doesn't serve you. Shifting your focus doesn't just improve your relationship with yourself. It transforms the way you show up in the world. You begin to attract what aligns with your new energy. When you prioritize yourself, you naturally become more magnetic, more radiant. People start to notice the energy you carry, the confidence you embody, and the clarity you project. You stop seeking validation because you've learned to validate yourself first. Self-worth and confidence go hand in hand, like the foundation and the walls of a house. Without one, the other crumbles. When you truly understand your worth, it shifts the way you move through the world. You stop settling for less than what you deserve, and you stop compromising who you are just to fit in or please others. You realize that your value isn't up for negotiation, and that alone shifts your entire energy. Confidence isn't about being loud or perfect. It's about being rooted in the belief that you are enough as you are, without needing approval or validation from anyone else. When you know your worth, you walk differently, you speak differently, you carry yourself in a way that demands respect, not through arrogance, but through quiet assurance in your own value. Confidence becomes your armor, and your worth becomes your inner compass, guiding your choices and relationships. You no longer allow people to treat you in ways that don't align with the high standards you've set for yourself. The most important part of self-worth is the ability to stand alone, unapologetically, without needing anyone to affirm your greatness. Confidence doesn't come from external sources. It comes from the deep understanding that you are worthy of all the good things the universe has to offer. Embracing the void is about recognizing the power in the space between. It's about understanding that the emptiness you may feel in moments of loss or separation is not a weakness. It's an opportunity. When something or someone leaves your life, there's often a sense of absence, a quiet place that feels uncomfortable at first. But what if that space wasn't something to fear? What if it was a sacred space, a moment for you to rebuild, realign, and reawaken? This void is where transformation happens. It's where you reconnect with your truest self, away from distractions and external validation. It's the time you need to heal, reflect, and decide who you want to be moving forward. Instead of chasing after the emptiness, you learn to sit in it, to breathe through it, and to recognize its power. The void is also a mirror. It reflects back to you your strength, your resilience, and your ability to stand tall even in moments of uncertainty. It's in this space that you realize that what you thought you lost wasn't really yours to begin with, or it wasn't meant to stay forever. Embracing it is an act of trust, trusting that what's meant for you will come back, but only after you've grown and become the person ready to receive it.